All right, it's your girl Kia from Worldviews, and I'm here to tell you how you can start your business in Kenya through our local company, Views of Africa. So we're here on our main page, Worldviews. Click the business tab. Once you click the business tab, it will redirect you to our Views of Africa page. Scroll down to the bottom, and you will find our Views of Africa Business Center. We offer 3 standard business packages. We have our deluxe, royal, and VIP.
So a Texas jury has awarded 9 black and actually 1 white former employee of a telecom company $70 million after they won a racial discrimination lawsuit against their former employer. Now, the collective has said the company not only punished black people for checking their phones while on the clock, but separated the black employees into 2 surveilled rooms in the office for executives to monitor. Boy, I tell you, these people. And so they also said that if they left their desk without informing the manager or took breaks that lasted longer than a couple of minutes, they would be reprimanded while their white counterparts would not. Well, that's not surprising, is it? It's America. Now, say a court ruled that Glow Networks Incorporated and its parent company, CSS Corporated, exposed some of his former black employees and 1 white by extension of his advocacy for his black co-workers to a hostile work environment. The North Texas court awarded the group $70 million for the offense. Let's talk about the white co-worker here. White people are expected to be on code with white supremacy. And any white person who is decent, who is good, and willing to take a stand against their racist counterparts in their own community, they will attack them, they will demean them, and they will treat them, as they would say back in the day, like a N-word lover. You understand? Any white person that has done that in history, they've even lynched white people who have helped black people. And they don't even mention these white people. They don't even acknowledge them. Like all the white abolitionists that was doing things, they never acknowledge them. They act like they don't even exist in history. And I've looked at that many, many times. I say, boy, that's interesting. They don't honor the white people that did good in this country. They never honor white people that did anything for freedom. They always want to honor devils. You understand? Because white supremacy is about evil. They never gonna honor the good white people. So I know they were treating that white person bad. They're like, well, why are you defending them for? Like, like they're not one of us or this and that. But that particular white person was a decent white person. And that's the kind of white people that, like I told you, a white person, white individual that's fighting and actually putting their neck on the line for black people and proving it. Oh, I'm all for that kind of white person. I'll fight for you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to put in some work. That's how I feel about it. Now, court documents reveal there were originally 14 members in the group suing Glow Networks Incorporated, saying that they had both tangible actions such as terminations and denials of promotions, and on the alleged creation of a hostile work environment. However, 4 members of the group had claims that were dismissed by the court. Joshua Yarborough, one of the plaintiffs in the lawsuit, said that he witnessed institutional discrimination at the company when he was the lead engineer at the company. He noticed the company installed surveillance cameras in the 2 of the 11 rooms in their Dallas office. He said the black Americans were pushed right in front of the cameras, and we realized that we were watching closely. Now, Glow did not dispute the placing the cameras there, but did not agree on his assessment on why they were placed there and the motive, according to court documents. Now, Yarborough also noticed his black co-workers were not treated the same as the non-black ones were, stating in the lawsuit, you never knew if your job was on the line. He also believed black employees did not receive promotions, and he was personally restricted when it came down to job training. Now, I say the straw that broke the camel's back, let's say, was when he was demoted and replaced by the owner's girlfriend, who was Arab and had less tenure and telecommunications experience. He said he was told that he had to report to them, so he resigned and went to work for Samsung. Now, say after leaving the job, he linked with others who felt they were not being treated well and they had filed a lawsuit. Now, they said that we decided to take it in our own hands and actually go to court and really fight for something that we really believe that's not right, Yarborough said. They said black Americans deal with this type of thing every day. Now, I said documents also stated that Haram Pringle, one of the plaintiffs, testified that at the office is that blacks were not allowed to sit together. Let me stop right there. I'm glad that came up. Black people, have you noticed on your job when you're talking to a couple of black people, maybe 2, 3, 4 black people, we talking about the whatever. It could be, hell, the NFL combine that just happened, right? They could be talking about the weather, the war that's going on over there in Europe, whatever's going on, right? And then you notice how they be looking at you, and they just be looking, and then they'll do one or two things. They either try to come in the mix of our conversation and trying to listen in and include themselves in the conversation. Or the second thing is they'll try to figure out a way to break up black people apart from not talking to each other. I told you, they like some slave masters. This is why black folks should try to always have your own business and not work for these people. It's inherent into a lot of them that had those slave masters. You know, slave masters, they had this thing where 2 or 3 black people couldn't be together because they was always afraid of a revolt, right? Now, of course, you're on the job, who planning a freaking revolt? But they get all nervous about black people sitting together, you know, because they want black people to get abused on the job, but don't want you like, hey man, did they do the same thing to you? Like, what's the deal? You know what I'm saying? Like they say, I've seen that so many times, and let me know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen, if you have experienced that same thing dealing with these racist white supremacists. Now, they say Globe Networks Incorporated is extremely disappointed saying this jury verdict, as we do not believe it comports with the law or the evidence, according to what their CEO said. And he said that after the ruling. Now, it's Daramajit Tanji, I think that's his last name. Sound like an Indian. That's what it sound like. Now, they say Globe Networks prides itself on maintaining a diverse workplace free of discrimination, retaliation based on race, or any other protected status. Lies. It said we are currently exploring all available avenues on appeal. Now, it said court documents, it stated that the company believed that they demonstrated reasonable care to prevent and correct promptly any harassing behavior. However, many of those who filed the lawsuit stated in the lawsuit, it said that they complained about experiencing discrimination while working on the job. To the Globe Networks management and the company's human resource department, the plaintiffs said that no action was taken to address their concerns. Not surprised. Another example of racial discrimination actually came from a white team leader who joined the other 9 black co-workers in the lawsuit. Matt Laughlin pointed out that when he recommended 2 black workers for a promotion, executives did not honor his cosign, and said other signs of discrimination occurred when the company was undergoing seniority-based layoffs, and Laughlin observed that only high-performing blacks were let go, he claimed. He said, according to court documents, he said his manager was told by human resources to fire his black team members, but would not. So he said he was allegedly told, don't lay off any white person. He said, I am not making any decisions he said, based on whether somebody is white or black or anything. That's what he said, right? So Laughlin, according to Judge Sam Jordan, who gave an opinion on the case, was able to substantiate claims that the cameras were installed in 2 rooms and the company slowly started migrating all his black employees into them. They said he agreed that management held black workers different when it comes to phones and social break standards. They said he also observed that the management was targeting 2 of the plaintiffs for making noise about being treated unfairly. Because yes, they want us to suffer in silence. They want you to go through all this racism and white supremacy, and we're supposed to take it like it's the freaking 1930s. Devils. They say when he made a formal complaint to Human Resources, Laughlin was demoted. Like Yarborough, he said also resigned, saying everybody's equal and the same, And I'm just kind of a personality who has been that kind of person to stand up for people. Now, you say, despite being a discrimination case, a lawsuit was not filed with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Say the group, according to their lawyer, Brian Sanford, decided to use the Civil Rights Act of 1866 to argue that their rights as citizens were violated because of their race. And of the 14 that originally filed the lawsuit, only 10 will receive an award. The ruling gave each plaintiff $7 million apiece in punitive damages. That is good. That is good. I believe that black people, you need to sue their pants off when they treat you that way, because that's not right whatsoever to treat black people in that manner. And look at they don't want you talking to each other. They watching you. They fired all the high performing black people. Okay, you see everything they were doing. Like I said, but you know what? That's actually a good thing. You know, they got their money, but take your money and go on and, like I say, create your own business if you can. Create your own business, because it is beautiful when you don't have to work for anybody racist. And when you work for yourself, or whether you have just you're the only employee of your own company, or you even grow your company, right? It's beautiful when you don't work for these folks, because you work for these folks, you're gonna deal with some racism. It's in the culture. I told you, it's the culture of white supremacy. They can't help themselves of being racist to black people. Look at the freaking Ukraine. They in a freaking war, but they make sure to take out time to be racist to black folk. They gonna make sure to be racist to black people. I told y'all, these people hate black people. Of course, I won't say all, but I will say a good majority, based on how they treat us and the way this system works. Now, I know what some people may say who watch. I don't hate black people. I would never treat black people that way. No, I don't agree with that. But this is my problem with you. You don't change the system that allows that treatment still to keep going on. That's the issue. I would believe you a little bit more if I saw you being like this man that took a stand in this particular story, or if more of you was on these jury trials when you know they purposely pick more white people to be on these jury trials on purpose, because statistically speaking of the bias that white folks hold against black people. Why don't you go in the courtroom and take a stand when you see a little brother or sister being railroaded, and you see it being railroaded by the court? You see it. You be that person to say, nah, not guilty, not doing it. Oh, come on. Nope, not guilty. I'm not doing it. Because what they doing in this case isn't right. Especially in them cases, you charging a little brother with murder. He didn't even commit the murder. He was just in the car. He didn't shoot nobody, but you charging him? You charging him. All these cases where the police can kill somebody and they pin a murder on another person and the police did it. That's when you need to go in there and show how good you are. And show you on the side with being just right. Because you are complicit in the system of white supremacy by not taking a stand against it. That's always going to be laid at your feet. So no, you're not absolved of it. But leave me a comment, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think about this particular story. Glad they're getting their money. That's good. I believe every racist corporation needs to pay, all of them.